Today I'm heading to Dalby, which is 3 hours inland from Brizzy, and I've got 3 talks back to back today. This is going to be really cool. Dalby State High School. I've got grade 11 and 12 first, and then 9 and 10, and then last of the day is going to be 7 and 8. I've actually found that grade 10 are probably the most difficult year level. I think because they're in this mindset of, yeah, I'm way too cool, man. Like, I'm too cool to be listening to you, man. They're going through some identity problems where they're just on the other end of puberty maybe, or they're beginning puberty. I didn't hit puberty until beginning of year 11. So grade 10, that's a really difficult, uncomfortable year. And to be honest, my most difficult crowd is grade 10. So I'm looking forward to them the most. My favorite group to talk to are always the most difficult ones. They're the funnest. They keep me on my toes. I love driving long distances to talks because it gives me a chance to practice the talk, to run through different sentences, to run over different points of views, to ram home certain elements that I really feel like sometimes the talk might lack. So if I get to the end of a day and I'm like, oh, I don't think I rammed home that point enough, then the long drive home or the long drive there gives me a chance to actually play that over in my mind, and I really, really like it. Plus, how good is Australia's countryside? I've arrived at Dalby State High and they're about to have their assembly. Oh, they're about to come in. I love giving my talk, and I give it all the time. I've given my talk over 100 times, but before every talk I think, what am I saying? Like, I forget it for a split 10 seconds. I have no idea what I'm saying before I go up on stage. Okay, first talk down and I'm already exhausted. Now I've got 2 more talks coming this year. This is going to be the grade 9s and 10s. It was so good having this hall filled with silence. As I was explaining some of the stuff that I went through and some of the motivating tips that I've used and some of the real raw stuff that I explained through my journey, you could literally hear a pin drop. It was awesome. Having all of their eyes, they were so engaged. These guys here at Dalby State High are awesome. In between talks, there's an assembly going on at the moment. I'm so tired already. How am I going to get through this next one?
When I was 18, I was on television to 25. For 7 years, I was on TV. Now, I was getting recognised in the streets. People were taking photos of me, signing autographs, was lining up to nightclubs. I thought I was amazing. My head was so big, and I thought so big of myself. I had a huge, arrogant personality. And I thought to myself, I'll get a breakfast radio job like that. It'll be easy. Guess what happened when I moved to Melbourne? Nobody cared. They didn't care that I was on TV. And what happened? My giant inflatable ego deflated like a balloon. And because I was getting rejected all the time professionally, every phone call I made was hung up on, every email I sent never got responded to, every metaphorical door I knocked on was slammed in my face. So what happened was my mental health really suffered, and I sunk into a depression. And if anyone goes through mental health problems, we know that it sucks. Being depressed sucks. Being stressed sucks. Having anxiety sucks. But I had to become determined. I had to become resilient. So what I had to do is I had to learn how to be resilient. Now, resilient is your ability to get back to normal after a setback. Resilience is your ability to get back to square one after being knocked backwards. Resilience is your ability to stand up after being knocked down over and over and over.
Well, there we have it. 3 talks back to back at Dalby State High School. Now I've got a 2.5 hour drive. Tell you what, today was really, really good. I find it really rewarding when I give my talks, and I love it when the students come up to me afterwards and tell me how much they related to it. I saw kids that are going through trans issues at the moment. I saw kids that are struggling with autism. I saw so many kids with ADHD. I saw so many kids facing different adversities in their life come up to me and thank me for sharing my story. And to be honest, that's why I do this. That's why I have changed careers to pursue this keynote speaking in schools. Because it makes me feel good. That was a really great day. I'm super happy with it. And I don't know what I'm saying. So I'll be driving. I get a little bit loopy after speaking all day. Like, I'll be mid-speech, mid-keynote presentation, and I'll be like, I have no idea what I have said, what I'm saying, or where I'm going. Like, my brain just escapes. And literally, because I said it, I did my talk 3 times back to back. I lost where I was. I had no idea. I mean, I can regurgitate the speech backwards. So, but my brain was on autopilot. Literally, as I'm speaking, I'm like, I have no idea if I've said this or not. I have no idea where I'm going. But it's literally in my modus operandi, like it just comes out. But wow, I am now quite delusional.